with Maribel Technologies. We want to welcome you and thank you for joining us here today for our webinar called Score a Home Run with Integrated Multimedia Sales Presentations. We appreciate both our current clients and our potential new clients who have joined us on the call today. There are several more attendees still joining the call, but we're going to go ahead and get started anyways. Due to the heavy volume of the participants on this call, we're going to need to keep the phones muted, but please feel free to type your questions in the webinar chat box, and we'll do our best to address them either during our presentation or at the end of the presentation if time allows. There is also, because there's a large amount of attendees, I doubt we'll get to every question, so we will contact you after the webinar if we don't answer your question during the webinar. So let's get started. I am pleased to welcome Donna Lewis, publisher of Jupiter and the Palm Beacher magazines out of sunny Florida. Donna's going to show us today her success in multimedia campaigns for her advertisers. She has 25 years of selling experience in advertising, and we couldn't ask for a better expert to take us through this process. So thank you, Donna, so much for sharing with us today, and we look forward to a fabulous webinar.
Thank you, Karen. Thanks for inviting me to host this with you. I'm super excited today about this webinar because multimedia has completely changed the landscape of advertising and marketing, and it really benefits all parties. It benefits the publishing company, the advertiser, and the reader. In my 25 years of experience, I've seen this industry go up and down, but certainly the most dramatic change has been in the last several years with the addition of digital offerings. So I welcome everyone to the webinar, and I hope you'll see the value of utilizing multimedia in your sales presentations. So let me tell you why you should be utilizing multimedia. 94 million tablet users in the U.S. in 2012, and that figure is anticipated to grow to more than 130 million by 2014, and by 2017 increase to 244 million. So obviously Americans have embraced this technology, and they're providing us with a captive audience. Just to give you a snapshot of the growth over the past few years, in 2010 only 3% of American adults owned a tablet. Now a third of all Americans own tablets, and of course that percentage is going to be increasing every year. There's been a 200% increase in magazine apps over the past year alone, and 3 times more purchases are made on tablets than smartphones for obvious reasons given the larger format and the convenience. Studies have shown that readers are willing to view ad-supported content on digital platforms. They find the ads are just as engaging as the editorial. They're spending an ample time with each. And the usage stats are impressive. Most tablet usage occurs at home. After 6 p.m., most use their tablets every day, and the average time spent is 2.5 hours. So again, provides us with an extremely captive audience. These users are engaged. There's even a term called hyper-connected that refers to these users. The demographic profile is typically 75,000 and above for the household income. They're typically adults 35 to 44 as compared to smartphone users, which are popular with the 18 to 34-year-old bracket. So we've all seen the evolution from print to digital, and during this evolution some predicted print would disappear, although we know that's not the case. But not everyone has embraced the digital technology, and if you do, you can really increase sales and open up new markets. So what this means for the publisher and the advertiser is accessibility. Accessibility is key. You're able to reach readers wherever they are across multiple platforms. Consumers are more connected to media content than ever before. Their demand dictates that content be accessible. And we need to provide it to them. I've had several instances where a reader has picked up a print copy at their doctor's office, then called me to see if we had a specific tablet edition, and they were able to download it on their tablet. It allows me to capture additional readers, and we send them push notifications each time a new issue comes out.
And they don't have to steal the print publication from their doctor's office.
That's right. You're absolutely right. And those copies, absolutely, the bulk distribution provides us with a lot of readers per month, so we like those copies to stay in the waiting rooms. It provides a great opportunity to engage the advertiser before, during, and after the sale. It used to be most of the selling process took place beforehand. There was a little service afterwards. You'd take them the print copy. You'd wine them and dine them when it was time to re-sign them. In the new age of selling, you can be extremely interactive with your client. You can walk them through how to download the editions on their tablet. After the ad comes out, you can show them really how to share their ad on Facebook, how to email it to a friend. You can show them the viral ability of their ad and really get them excited. It solidifies the sale for you, and it establishes yourself as a multimedia partner. This is a great opportunity for you to educate your advertiser and be more of a marketing consultant. We all know that people don't buy what they don't understand. So a lot of times our advertisers don't understand the multimedia, so this is your chance to hold their hand, walk them through the scary world of technology, and really be a true partner. It also offers an opportunity for more touch points with your client, and obviously you're offering them more value. Oops. There's additional upselling potential. I'll demonstrate a little bit later the rich media functionality on the iPad Live. We offer video, audios, virtual tours, and e-commerce. And these features allow you to either upcharge or to bundle them and charge more for your overall package. By combining the print and the digital offerings, you can present an all-inclusive, value-integrated multimedia package. And again, you can charge more for this product. You provide your client with additional value beyond just the print product. And again, it increases their exposures and ultimately their success rate. It also extends your brand. As I mentioned, you're able to reach new readers, additional markets, and other qualified audience segments.
So more international, or not international, but national clients. That,
absolutely. Yep, sorry, Karen, go ahead. Yeah, it absolutely. It allows you to reach, people that are beyond your local market. Obviously, your print editions there's only a certain number of copies that can go out. They're at certain distribution points. With the digital, it really opens up a whole new market for you. So what's in it for your advertiser? I don't know about your advertisers, but my advertisers are interested in their ROI. So when I say a multimedia buy can increase your ROI by as much as 35%, I get their attention. You're able to offer them more channels, obviously. With our publications, we offer Jupiter Magazine and the Palm Beacher, 2 print, 2 digital, which is online, and then 2 tablet editions. So we're able to offer them 6 different editions. That's more exposure than they're going to get with traditional print advertising. They can attribute actual traffic to their website. Again, as I'll show you in the digital products, all the websites are hyperlinked. So we can drive the reader to the client's website, and that is also going to increase their Google ranking or their SEO. You're also able to increase the advertiser's call to action. Again, once a reader clicks on the website, they can peruse the website, they can actually make purchases from their tablet, and as I'll demonstrate, we have an easy e-commerce button that goes right to the page where the consumer can purchase the item. So your client can actually attribute sales from their ad. A lot of times, we get feedback that they're not sure the ad was working. Well, we know from our digital products that it is working. We can actually track the metrics on that, and we can attribute sales from it. And because we're offering this bundled package and adding value with the digital products, we're really able to leverage for a rate increase. I was actually able to increase my rates by 5% for the first time in years due to the multimedia package that I was offering my clients. Again, the multimedia broadens your traditional reach. It really gives you a 360 reach. Used to be that you had your print copies, which were mailed on newsstands. You had your bulk distribution, which is your doctor's office, your lawyers, your spas, your salons, your waiting rooms, and your event copies. Now we've added 6 more channels. So you have the digital editions you can view online from any computer. We have the branded apps. Again, I'll show you how we can download from the App Store onto an Apple newsstand. We have digital newsstands like Magazine Central, which Karen will show you in a little while. We have the websites or content management systems. Social media, obviously Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, very popular, and we integrate with those channels as well. And we have the email campaigns or e-newsletters. We send out an e-newsletter called Society Sightings once a month, and it gets people, really keeps them in the know. It has post-social and pre-event happenings. So we're able to stay in front of our reader with all these multiple channels. All of this expands our reach, it promotes our brand, it broadens our audience base, and again, it engages our readers on multiple levels. So for the reader, again, it goes back to being accessible. You can reach your audience and they can get their content anywhere, anytime, across multiple devices. Obviously, there's the convenience of digital editions and tablets. That's one of the reasons, main reasons that we all have them. The reader can reference information wherever they are, all on one device. I actually received a call from a high-end Jupiter Island reader who was remodeling his home. He misplaced his print issue, and I was able to walk him through how to download onto his tablet so he could source our home resource guide advertisers that he had earmarked for his home improvement job. So he was an older gentleman, wasn't quite familiar with the technology, but it's very simple, very user-friendly, and very convenient. Needless to say, he was extremely happy, and my advertisers were as well. Again, the hot links, all the websites are hot links, so they increase the engagement, and it makes it easier for the readers to act. Another great feature, again, for both the publisher and the reader is the expanded content. As I'll demonstrate a little bit later, the digital allows you to provide more content. We can take one page that appeared in print and expand that into multiple pages in digital for no extra cost. On our iPad or on our tablet editions, we do have editorial department thumbnails at the bottom. It allows for ease of navigation, so you can go directly to a special section or a department or a main feature without having to scroll through all of the pages. Some people, wonder if our readers are really going through the whole magazine on an iPad or on a computer, and the fact that they're able to just go to the places they want to go, whether it's a main feature they saw advertised on the cover, whether it's the dining guide, whether it's the social pages. It makes it very easy and less cumbersome. And of course, there's the viral factor. It's very easy to share content with friends. Again, I'll demonstrate how easy it is to email or share a page from our digital magazines on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest. It causes the ad and the editorial content to go viral, and it really positions your magazine to be a content resource. Again, the e-commerce links, which I'll show you, those are great for direct purchases. It makes it easy for the reader to use their magazine. And again, it provides the ultimate call to action, which is a sale. All right, so what's in it for you as a publisher? Increased monetization. Not only can you upsell the rich media, you can sell extra pages. We actually charge additional fee for extra pages in the digital edition. So if we have a client that's running a full page, we can increase their ad to a 2-page spread for an extra cost. Plus, it's easier for us to adhere to publish rates. As I mentioned, we are able to increase our rates because of the multimedia package. So you can monetize your rich media. With our digital products, we're able to sell video and audio, virtual tours for our realtors. It really makes it interactive for the reader and brings the product to life. Plus the videos, create an emotional connection with the reader. We're able to increase our readership and our market share. So again, the number of print copies is predetermined, but with digital, it's unlimited. As you'll see a little bit later, the archived copies, they can go back and download a previous issue, so it really is unlimited, and you're expanding, again, your audience base and your market share. You can increase your paid subscribers without additional print costs. And there's no additional mailing costs for digital. So it's a great way to increase your readership at no extra cost. Again, with the expanded editorial, it allows the magazine to deliver more content at no extra cost. One of the creative ways that we can support our nonprofit organizations is by providing them with a complimentary charity ad in the digital versus the print. So you can save your print pages for your paid advertisers. And again, as I'll show you, it provides you with a library of archives. So there's no need to drag around all your back issues. You can thumb through all the issues and view on your iPad. And I'll show you how you can bookmark pages ahead of time so that you're ready to share them with the client. So here's what the multimedia partnership looks like. I call it a three-pronged approach: print, digital, and social. In our presentation, we refer to social not only as social media, the typical platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, but also the social events. We get our clients involved in events for networking purposes. So really the three-pronged approach are the 2 print editions. We do 2 tablet editions, or 2 editions either for an iPad or tablet, and 2 online editions, plus the websites. So all this equates to additional added value, again, whether we bundle it or whether we charge individually for these products. It really is a multimedia partnership. And again, going back to the three-pronged approach of print, digital, and social, I created a multimedia marketing partner promo, or one sheet, that outlines, here's your print publications, here's your print readership, here's your iPad and digital readership, and here's your online, along with, again, the other social media and social events that we produce. And this visually showcases all the components. It's the first thing I take out of my briefcase, and it shows all the value on one sheet, and it heads off any price objections later on in the selling process. They see everything they're getting for one price, and I typically don't have anybody say, I don't have anybody question the rates. They typically say, I get all of that for that price. Another sheet that I have ready for my sales presentation is this multimedia distribution and readership. When you compare the digital stats, which are always increasing, to your static print distribution figures, this gives you some impressive numbers to put in front of a prospect. You're able to attract a national audience with the digital products, and oftentimes your print and digital readers don't overlap. So this is additional circulation. It's like having additional copies on the street. Also, these digital statistics are measurable. We can give our clients metrics. We can tell them, you know, how many people are viewing the digital editions, how long they're spending with the magazine, who's clicking through to their website or video. It's quantifiable, whereas our print numbers, you know, sometimes aren't. Even if you're audited or you have a postal statement, it's tough to know, you know, who's reading the publication and to give them those quantifiable stats. So we really go out there armed with the metrics from the digital editions. We have weekly meetings where we update our staff with the digital numbers, and again, they're ever increasing and they're extremely impressive. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go right to the Air server, right to the iPad. I'm going to show you the functionality of the tablet on an iPad, and I'm going to show you how to download it from the App Store and display your magazine on the Apple newsstand. Okay, so our publications, because we have branded apps, we're able to go to the App Store, and this is what I walk my readers through or my advertisers through. Go to the App Store, type in Jupiter Magazine or the Palm Beacher or any of our titles, and they can download the issue right from here. Once they do that, it shows up here on their Apple newsstand. So this is really impressive. You know, what I do is I position the titles next to national publications. Here we have Glamour Magazine, the New York Times, InStyle, Southern Living, whatever you have on your newsstand. It's great to be able to show that your, you know, little local products are right here displayed with other national products. And it's very impressive to, you know, both a local or a regional client. You could actually, if you wanted to, you can arrange these differently. So let's say, you know, I wanted to put the Palm Beacher over here. Let's say I want to put InStyle next to it. You can really arrange these any way that you choose. So there's that added convenience. Plus, this really provides you with an archive. So if I'm going to go into the library of Jupiter Magazine, I can see all the back issues. So let's say I'm a bride and I'm interested in this, you know, February wedding issue. I can download that issue for the first time, even though that issue was, you know, 6 months ago. So again, this really provides you with an archive of issues, and your readers can download these back issues for the first time. The shelf life dramatically increases. It used to be that you'd have a 6 to 7 month shelf life with your print edition, and now it's infinite with the digital editions.
And Donna, do you find that people will maybe be checking out the first edition and then they see all of these archived ones and they're like, well, wow, I really enjoyed this magazine, so now I'm going to go back and look at all of the past editions, and people, you know, give you that kind of feedback?
Absolutely, absolutely. Typically, when somebody is, you know, downloading one issue, they're downloading multiple issues. And, you know, because we theme our issues, our April issue, as you can see, is about food. February was wedding. December was fashion. So they can go back and they can, you know, choose the issues that appeal to them. And, you know, what I tell my advertisers is, you know, typically with a coffee table publication, again, you get a 6 to 7 month shelf life, sometimes a year, because they're beautiful coffee table publications. But
right.
I can go back a couple years with this, and my advertisers can access, you know, here's July 2011. So it really does provide a nice, you know, archive, and their ads, you know, again, have a tremendous shelf life.
Right, exactly. I know I've done that. I've downloaded back issues. So.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so again, I was referring to some of the functionality of the iPad and some exciting features that you can easily share with your advertiser. Just the general look on the iPad is impressive. You know, it's beautiful quality. The color clarity is gorgeous. So I, scroll through the iPad edition with each one of my advertisers. You'll see somewhere in the ad there's the URL, and it's typically in yellow, typically at the bottom of the page. And that, again, is the hyperlink. So if you see here in the middle, the miamitransplant.org, if I click on that, that's going to be a live hot link. It's going to go right to the advertiser's website. So you want to show them this functionality. I can go full screen by just clicking on the little arrows down there. I can actually go through the advertiser's website, and when I'm done, it takes me right back to the magazine. Okay, so this is, again, a great thing to show the client, especially if they've just reworked their website, or they have some videos on their website they're proud of. It increases their SEO because you're taking, you're going to their website. It provides great reader engagement. And again, when you close it, you go right back to the magazine, and it doesn't interrupt your viewing experience. Another great feature, if you look up here in the upper right-hand corner, you see the More feature. You can bookmark pages. So let's say I'm going to go to a doctor's office or a hospital, and I want to be able to show them the ads that have run in the past 6 issues of the magazine. So ahead of time, I can go in, I can bookmark their ad in each issue, and I can have it handy so I'm not having to scroll through the magazine. Now, likewise, let's say I'm working with another hospital that's not in, and I want to show them all the doctors and hospitals that are advertising with us. So I can go in ahead of time, I can bookmark those pages of their competitors, and I can show them which of their competitors are advertising with us and why they should be advertising with us as well. And again, these are just little tools you can do on the back end. It doesn't take you very long to find some of these ads, bookmark them so you can go right to it, so your presentation is seamless, and it's a great tool that we use. The other benefit to the digital, as I'd mentioned, is expanded content. So this particular feature was a fashion feature that took up one page in print with several cover-ups on one page. We were actually able to expand it to 4 pages in digital, and again, all of the websites here are hot links. So if this was a prospect, I could go back to the prospect. I can take a picture from my digital edition here, or from my iPad. I can take a picture. I can send it to the advertiser or the client or the prospect, and I can show them their coverage in the magazine. So again, this was expanded edit in our digital only. And this is another example. This was actually a 1-pager that we turned into 7 pages. We were able to take each piece of jewelry and feature it much more prominently in digital than we were in print. So it's all about the content. Obviously, if you don't have enough content, you don't have a reader. Without the reader, you won't have the advertiser. So it's important to show your advertiser the expanded content. We actually have expanded dining guides in print. We have expanded social sections. In digital. We have expanded social sections in digital. And, people do go to those sections to look for that expanded coverage. Okay, another great feature that I love to show is the share feature. So let's say that you're sitting in front of Chanel and we featured their nail polish, or you're sitting in front of an advertiser and you want to share their ad. You can go up here to the share button and you can share their ad via email, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Tumblr, LinkedIn. It's very easy. If I was to type in my information here, it'll actually send an email and says, as seen in Jupiter Magazine, and to view this page in the online edition, click here. So I can take every advertiser's page, I can take, 20 minutes each issue after the issue comes out and go through and forward them their ad. Now when I'm in front of that client, again, I can show them how to share their ad, how to post it on Facebook, so I can walk the client through. When I post this on Facebook, it actually links directly back to their page in my digital edition. So once again, it's referencing the digital edition. When somebody clicks on their advertisement or on this editorial, they can also scroll through the whole magazine. Okay, I can do it on Twitter, Pinterest, etc. Now another great function, let's say I'm just interested in the purple nail polish. So I want to clip out the purple nail polish, or let's say I'm working with a half-page advertiser and they don't want to show the whole page. They only want to show their half page. They can clip out their half page and they can just share that half page. This is, again, a great way to create the viral factor. Your magazine is once again perceived as a resource and a content provider. So I can go up here and once again I can share this on Facebook and it'll say clip from Jupiter Magazine's summer edition. And again, hyperlinks back to my edition.
So if I post that fingernail polish on my Facebook because I like the color, any one of my friends could then click on it and they'll actually be brought to your magazine, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Which increases more readership there. That's great.
Right. Right. Especially with sites such as Pinterest, where it's all about, a little snapshot, a little thumbnail. This is great to put on Pinterest or put on Facebook. It really gets people following your magazine and, using your magazine as a go-to resource. Okay. Now another function that I was referring to earlier, which again is a source of revenue, are the videos.
So when you say source of revenue, are those like an upsell?
Absolutely, absolutely. We upsell the videos. The advertiser can embed a video in the digital edition. They can actually provide us a separate ad for digital. They can do one for print, one for digital, and that way they can position their video in in a specific location on their ad. And as you'll see here, it's very easy to to see the video play button and to play it. This is an advertiser, a jewelry advertiser. You're probably not going to be able to hear the volume, but it's a very touching video that, again, really has, provides that emotional connection, way more than just the print ad can. Another great, yeah, it's nice. Another great thing that an advertiser can do, again, is a realtor can do a virtual tour of a home. You don't even have to have, obviously this is a professional video, but you don't even have to have a professional video. You could actually just do, a slideshow of stills. So it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be professional or this professional. It doesn't have to, we can make it easy for the advertiser. They could do audio only. The nice thing, or they could do a client testimonial. Maybe they want to go to some customers and get some testimonials and put the testimonial in their ad. So there's all sorts of ways to use, the video or the rich media. And again, it doesn't interrupt your magazine experience. So I can, be going right through again, through the magazine, And the only way I know there's a video on that page is the play button, so it doesn't interrupt your experience. We also use videos for our editorial. So this was editorial on some summer stars, and we were able to add a little more commentary and behind-the-scenes footage to go with the article that we did. So again, this is really engaging our reader, providing them with more content, providing them with a look at some of the people that we're featuring on a much more personal, intimate level. We did this with, I think, 4 or 5 of our summer stars, and we do notice that our readers are watching the videos. Actually, I believe that Weston Jewelers ad that I showed was the #1 viewed page. So these videos are driving readers to view the page. Okay, just another video of the same feature. Okay. And the last thing I wanted to show you was the e-commerce button. And this is really exciting. This is really the next step. If you have somebody that has a tangible product for sale, this is an incredible feature that we can put on their ad. We can put it on our own editorial. For example, this was some editorial that we did for Mother's Day. So these were, the top gifts for Mother's Day, stylish accessories and gifts for Mother's Day. And on this Diane von Furstenberg iPad case, if you look up here in the upper right above the case, you'll see the Buy Now button with a little shopping cart. So that's the e-commerce button. A reader can click on that, and they can actually purchase this product right from our magazine. So it doesn't get any better than that. In fact,
it was funny. Yeah. I was just going to say on that one, when we were practicing, we noticed that this one was out of stock. So obviously they did a great job selling this.
Exactly, exactly. So we can go back to Diane and tell her that we helped her sell her iPad case.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean the functionality is incredible. The technology is incredible. As you can see, I mean I'm just flipping through this with ease. There's not a lot of buttons at the top, so it really makes it easy. There's the thumbnails I was referring to at the bottom. So if I want to go to a major department, I can. If I want to go to the social pages, I can. If I want to go to a dining guide, etc., or calendar, I can. So again, it's very, very easy to cruise through the publication. So I hope that I've been able to demonstrate just how easy it is and how valuable it is to integrate these digital offerings into your overall presentation and your package, and how this functionality can excite and benefit your advertisers. Now Karen from Mirabel Technologies, they're who provides us with the tools to create these digital editions through Digital Studio, which integrates with Magazine Manager. And I know, Karen, you're going to show them some other avenues to present the digital editions. And then I'm going to show you a multimedia proposal, as well as a simple tool that will have your advertisers easily sharing their ad and your content, and why the sale doesn't end after the sale.
Thank you. I hope you can see my screen now. That was a question that actually came up during your presentation there, was what other avenues can you present your digital editions? And as you can see here, I've brought up the Palm Beacher magazine website, and on here, they have a link to their digital edition, which is the URL version, which you can put on your website directly. So that, let me close this here. I hope I'm not showing the go-to-meeting part. But so the Palm Beacher magazine is right here. You can click on that, go to the digital edition. They have a link so that if you are searching for this on a tablet, it's going to take them to where they can download the version on their tablet. But here is an example of the actual Palm Beacher on the desktop, and you can see, you can flip through here. You can see it in a 2-page spread. You can see it in the, the single-page spread there. And it has all of the same, functionalities that Donna was showing in the, on the iPad version. There's also the Kindle version and an Android version. And those are available through Magazine Central's app. It's a free app, Maribel Magazine Central app, that you can download on any of your tablets. So it doesn't have to be in the Apple Newsstand. It can also be on those other tablets that I talked about, as well as you could go right to maribelsmagazinecentral.com and view some of the editions that we have out there. And here you can see these are all of Gulfstream Media Group's editions, some of the ones that she was referencing today, as well as some other editions in here. Now you can also, using the Digital Studio, create custom editions. And so, for example, I'm going to show my tablet here with this great tool that we have available. Hopefully it'll come up here. Oh, I got to open it. Sorry about that. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so you can see now that I'm actually going to my Magazine Central app, which is up here on the top left-hand side. And it's going to bring up some of the magazines that I've downloaded. And it's a library where you can search for the specific magazine just like you can on the newsstand. And what Gulfstream has done is that they took 3 of their publications and took all of the real estate advertising out of there and created this magazine called the Florida Estates. And as you can see now, it's all of the advertising for real estate in Florida, but also they've been able to expand, again, the editorial, they were able to expand in the digital edition and do actual profiles on each one of the realtors within that particular magazine. So being able to inexpensively create that one edition. And Donna, did you also say that you guys were able then to sell the cover?
Exactly, we are. We're selling the cover. It's a separate product that we're selling. And another neat feature is you can actually sell a sponsorship if you want to. I'm sure you'll show them Society Sightings, but we do our social pages in a custom publication as well, and you could sell a sponsorship for that. So absolutely, there's upselling potential for both.
Yeah, let me bring that one up real quick, and then I'll turn it back to you. There were some questions coming from people asking about the multimedia platform that you had set up for your clients and how that you chose that. Do you change it by or tailor it to the actual advertisers, or do you have just that one particular package that you offer?
Well, as far as the packages, we definitely tailor it to the client. We kind of show them what we offer, what the overall offerings are, and what they're getting kind of as a baseline, and then we can upsell the rich media, or we can just offer a bundled package. If we know somebody has a certain budget, we can say, okay, for that budget, you get 2 print editions, 2 tablet editions, 2 online editions. You get 2 videos during the course of your contract. You get a banner ad on Society Sightings. So we can, really customize it depending on what the client wants, what they have available. Maybe they don't have a video. Maybe they can't afford to get a video produced. So we'll definitely tailor it to the client's needs.
Okay, so then using that, jumping back to that Society Sightings, this custom edition that you did, you took the information from other publications, right, and then created the Society Sightings?
Yeah, Society Sightings is really an expanded social section. So typically in our print editions, we can only put about 5 to 6 pictures from an event. We have 2 events on one page. With the digital, we can have 10 pictures from one event, and each event gets its own separate page. And then in the months where we don't produce an issue, let's say it's the May/June issue, In June, we can put out another society sighting, so it keeps us top of mind, keeps us in front of our advertisers, our readers, and we can choose additional social events to feature in that issue. You know, there's no shortage of social events here in this marketplace, so this is a really nice forum for us to be able to support our charitable events and you know, give back to the community in a cost-effective way.
Great. Great. That's wonderful. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn that back over to you so you can finish up with those multimedia platforms.
All right, sounds good. So this is an example of a multimedia proposal slash contract that we can do here at Jupiter and the Palm Beacher. And if you can see here, we've got the publications, the print publications, of course, the issue and the year. In this particular case, they've got a premium position for the inside back cover, and then we can add on the other products. So we've got the digital edition, we've got the social media. Let's say it's an ad on our Facebook page or a promotion on our Facebook page. We've got a 2-minute video in there. They can have a banner ad on our e-newsletter, as I mentioned, on society sightings. Maybe we're including them in a blog. So there's a lot of different, you know, offerings that we can put in here. And in this case, there's just one price, shows what they're getting. It's a bundled package for one price. Okay, so you can get creative with this. I've seen this done in Excel spreadsheets. I've seen it done, you know, itemized. You know, however you want to, you know, bundle it. It's great to just have that one price down there and show them all they're getting. So, you know, as I mentioned before, the sale doesn't end after the presentation or after you sign the client. Given these digital products, it really gives us a chance to provide customer service after the sale. So we can go in and we can educate the client on the functionality of our digital products after the print product comes out. Bring them a print copy and then bring your iPad. Show them what can be done. Again, actually have them walk through, you know, posting their ad on Facebook. They get a big kick out of that. It's a great way to teach them, you know, how to make your magazine go viral. We can show them how the reader would engage with their product. Again, by clicking through to the website and some of the other tools, it allows us to really walk them through what can be done. Again, we can demonstrate those share functions like I showed you. Very easy to share. It shows the engagement. It shows how the reader is going in and sharing, you know, our products and our editorial. Show them some videos. You know, again, it provides you a great opportunity to upsell them. You know, if you're a jeweler, if you're speaking to a jeweler and you go show them what Western Jewelers did, I'm sure they're going to get excited about that. Again, click through to their website. You know, they want to see their own information. So click through to their website and show them how a reader would navigate. And again, you know, reduce the workload for them. You know, we all know that we tell the clients ahead of time, this is what you're getting, and this is, you know, your website's a live link, and they forget that after the sale. So go back in afterwards and, you know, share this with them. We actually have come up with, and I'll show you in the next slide, we've come up with an easy link to provide them so that they can share their ad. You know, again, we tell them to share it on their email correspondences, on their Facebook page, but unless you really, you know, reduce their workload and make it easy for them, they're not going to do it. So I'll show you a simple little tool that we created that does just that. And again, show them all the value they're receiving to reinforce their ad buy. This really reinforces their decision to partner with you, their multimedia marketing partner.
A question that someone had presented here, but before we get to this next part, Donna, was an example of that increase in cost, you know, bundling and packaging, and how's that work for you? And I believe you were talking about that before, how you were able to increase
the rate, increase the overall rate.
Yeah, how you're able to raise your rates and
Right.
explain that.
Yeah, we haven't raised our rates in about, I'd say, 3 to 4 years, and we were confidently able to increase our rates this year, again, due to the added value that we're providing. When they're in the print editions, they're automatically in our digital editions, and again, that's new. That's as of the past couple of years, and that's something that, we weren't previously integrating into our regular rate sheet. So we are doing that now. Again, we've increased the rates. We've increased the rates even on special sections that were previously reduced. So yeah, whether you increase your overall rate or whether you put these items in as add-ons,
But you're able then to stay in the rate card price then too, right?
Exactly. Absolutely. There's a lot less haggling. There's a lot less price negotiations. You're really kind of heading all that off.
Great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And again, this is just a simple little JPEG that I created. This can be hyperlinked to any advertiser's ad and sent to them so they can post on Facebook. It's basically the covers of the magazines. We can change this out. We will change this out every month. And it'll say, please click here to view our ad in the digital editions. This, again, they can use this to embed in their email correspondences. They can post it on Facebook. It makes it real easy for them to utilize the benefits of our digital product. It's nice looking, and it takes the guesswork. Well, how do I embed this? How do I go straight to my my ad? Now, the key thing here I want to point out is that this image, even though it shows the covers of our magazines, this image, each one of these JPEGs can be hyperlinked to go straight to your advertiser's ad in the digital edition. So when the reader or their customer clicks on that, it's not going to go to the cover of Jupiter Magazine. It's going to go to their ad, and then they can scroll back and forth to peruse the rest of the magazine. But this takes them directly to the advertiser's ad. There's a little work on your part. You need to go in and hyperlink, each one of your advertisers to this JPEG image, and then you send it to them, and it makes it easy. So I thought that was a great tool that any company can put together quickly, easily, and again, it takes the work load off of the client. So I think that about does it for me. I want to thank you guys again for joining us. I hope you got a lot of good information. And Karen, I think we have a few minutes to answer some more questions.
Yes, absolutely. I was just going to say that. I have a couple of good questions that came through here that I need a little bit of help from you. One, how did you build up your online readership number to the number that you have now? What were the tools that you used?
Well, we have a number of ways. We do promote the editions through print ads. We send out an email to thousands of people each month in our database promoting the digital products. So even before the print edition comes out, we're out there promoting the digital edition, and we provide them with links to go straight to the digital edition. Like you were showing on your computer, we can send out an email and somebody's sitting at their office, they open up their inbox, and with one click, our magazine pops up on their computer. So we are really using, self-promotional ways. Obviously, people are finding it organically. They're finding it if they are tablet savvy. Again, they're reading the print edition. They're calling to find out if we have a tablet edition. And then we have an opt-in e-club. So we're using, Facebook contests. We're using different tools to get people to opt in to receive the magazine and the correspondences each month.
Okay. And now I don't believe that you talked about analytics, but there were people asking, how do you get this information, or how do you know who's opening and who's looking at things? That's all part of the Digital Studio for those that didn't know that. But what kind of analytics are you guys getting or using?
We're getting page views. We're getting individual viewers. We know how many people, are clicking through. Again, how many people, which pages have been viewed the most often. And again, we run through those analytics on a weekly basis in our staff meeting. I know we just had a meeting this morning, and for 2013 we got 3.5 million page views thus far. So again, very, very impressive. When you walk into an advertiser and give them that number, it's, you know, it's a wow factor.
That's great information to provide your advertisers when presenting to them. Has the online version affected negatively at all for your magazine subscriptions?
No, and that's a great question. You know, people think that you're going to be cannibalizing one of your products, and absolutely not. You know, we find that we're more out there, so we're getting more interest. It's kind of that herd mentality that you see with the advertisers. You see the same thing with the readers. So, you know, it hasn't hurt our print subscription, our print subscribers at all. And, you know, again, you have an infinite number of print copies you can distribute. So even if you're at events and you're all over the place, you can't get to everybody's hands.
Right, exactly. And then as we talked about nationally, there's people, because you are a South Florida publication, people nationally are able then, you know, they're seeing it on somebody's Facebook post, they click on it, now they're in your digital edition, where normally they wouldn't know about that and get something mailed to them or call you up and ask for your mail. But you guys are a free publication, correct?
No, we do charge. We do charge. Yep, absolutely. We have an annual subscription rate, and we're on newsstands. So yes. Yeah, but you're absolutely right about the buyer. You know, we don't care where the buyer comes from. You know, just support the magazine, support the edit that appeared in the magazine, support the advertising, tell people where you saw it. So yeah, this you know, these digital products allows us to open up national, international markets. And that really helps with the big advertisers. So if you're talking to, you know, a national client and, you know, they're comparing your local circulation numbers, well, have them look into your national readership numbers, your digital readership numbers. Have them equate, you know, that number. Use that number in their cost per thousand if they will, because it's a legitimate number.
And you guys have, well, and we offer through Maribel Technologies a branded app for clients, and I know that you guys do have some of those set up for your publications, right?
Right. We do. We have branded apps for all of our publications. Correct.
So when a new version of the magazine comes out, you're notified. I know that I have magazines on my tablet, and I get notified via my tablet when a new version comes out. But I've also noticed that you guys do some advertising where you're sending out links to actual ads. And when you like, there was one for a beautiful vacation resort, and it was actually an editorial.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I clicked on that, and I went into the magazine, and then I was able to read that editorial. So is that a part of an email campaign that you do?
It is, and we've fine-tuned that. We used to put one, you know, prominent feature and photograph, and now we're putting, you know, 3 or 4 different features from the magazine. We're putting, you know, a link to each of those features, and, you know, absolutely we've been able to, you know, equate readers from those email blasts that we send out. So we're really, you know, internally promoting these products, and again, with some of the ads in the magazine, some of the contests. You know, it's definitely working, and we have a great in-house staff that's helping us to promote these products.
Well, great. Thank you.
Share the pages. Share the page. You know, sharing both the editorial pages. Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Donna, for presenting today. We really appreciate you doing this webinar, a recorded webinar, so that you can review this. If you have any questions, you know, feel free to shoot over an email to us, and we'll try to get all of the rest of the questions answered. So again, thank you, Donna, very much for us and for all of our clients and our potential clients that are out there. I just want to let everybody know that this is the contact information if you want to reach us immediately. We weren't able to answer all of the questions. There were some pricing questions, and we'll be happy to send over that information to you, as well as the webinar will be made available to you. We will be sending out an e-blast with a link. Appreciate your time. And thanks to everyone else for joining, and we'll hope to see you on our next webinar, which will be taking place next month. So we'll blast out an email on what that one is. So thanks again, everyone.
Thank you.